Hi there, it's me Audrina Lane again, and I'm here to read from my debut novel, Where Did Your Heart Go? And guess what? We're now up to chapter 59, so literally 11 more chapters to go, and then the story ends. But does it? Because guess what? There's 2 more in this Heart trilogy to come. So stay tuned, but let's get started on chapter 59. It was back to work for me as the good weather broke, and I woke up to the light patter of rain on the window. I'd slept really well now that I was back in my own bed. My phone beeped and I saw a message from a strange number. Opening it, I realised that it was James. "Morning, Steph. Hope it's not too early for us to start getting to know each other again. So first question is, what do you like for breakfast these days? James," and a kiss. I replied, "Yes, I am awake. I still like toast and coffee for breakfast, although I do remember that you make a mean fish finger sandwich when breakfast gets missed. Steph." Kiss. I pulled my dressing gown on and went downstairs, still clutching my phone, as it beeped again. Oh yes, how could I forget the fish finger sandwich? "Are you working today, as I'll tune in and listen?" "Yes, I will be on air between 10 and 2. Drop me a text later and I might play a song for you." "You bet I will. Take care, and can I give you a call this evening?" "OK, any time after 8 will be fine for a chat." As I made coffee, I thought back to when we had first been together. Writing and posting a letter and then the long wait until the reply arrived was torture. It was so slow in comparison to text and emails, but perhaps it had made the whole process more precious. As I ate breakfast alone, I fired up my laptop and started to check my emails. I saw a couple from Paul and Ian and clicked on them, and then sat back in amazement. Somehow they had managed to land Rick Astley as the headline act. I was stunned. OK, it wasn't George, but Rick was definitely up there for me. Ticket sales would fly when I announced this at 12 noon. Upstairs I knocked the door of Charlie's room. "I'm off to work in half an hour," I called. "OK, Mum," she replied, "I'll see you later." I could hear music from behind the door, so I pushed it ajar and spotted her swaying along to She's Like the Wind. She looked such a solitary figure without Mitchell. I crept away to my room and got dressed. In the car I listened to Paul starting the build up to the announcement. Christ, Rick Astley! I could hardly believe it, and I was just as excited that I hadn't realised that my secret admirer had been silent so far today. Pulling into the car park in Hereford, I walked to the studio, calling in to grab some donuts on the way. In the studio, Paul raised his hand to me, and I noticed that Mark was in too, so I put the kettle on and made everyone a cuppa. "Hi Steph, had a good weekend in the capital?" "Yes, thanks Mark. It was a weekend of surprises and good news." Paul ducked out the studio while the adverts ran. "How did your daughter get on?" he asked, grabbing a donut. "They came joint second, but even better, Arlene Phillips was one of the judges and has hinted that she would like Charlie to audition for a part in the stage version of Dirty Dancing." "Crikey, Dirty Dancing? Still haven't watched that film," Paul replied before disappearing back behind his desk. As the time ticked down towards noon, I kept my eye on my phone for a text from James. Then after the news I made the announcement. "Well, have we pulled a great one off for all you guys who have already bought your tickets for Rock on the River in a fortnight's time? The one and only Rick Astley will be performing his classic hits from the late 80s as our headline act," I announced. I watched the message board start to go mad as I played Never Gonna Give You Up. Paul popped his head round the door. "Ticket line is going bonkers," he exclaimed in amazement. "I knew it would," I replied. "If I wasn't helping to organise, run and part present the event, I would be buying my ticket now." I've been a fan of his for a long time. My personal phone beeped and I looked at the message and smiled. Paul noticed but didn't have time to say anything as I flicked through the computer screen and queued up the song. His first request is for an old friend of mine called James. Here's your song, Waiting for a Star to Fall by Boy Meets Girl. "Old friend?" Paul asked as my phone beeped again, and I blushed. Then it beeped again with a text from Jack saying, "Do you mean the James?" Yes, if you're free after 3 for a drink, let me know and meet me at the studio. Is there something going on I should know about? Paul asked. All in good time, I replied, enjoying the music as it took me back to the past. By the end of the show I realised I had still not heard from my secret admirer, but I didn't really feel worried. Outside the rain had been replaced with drizzle. Jack put his arm through mine and steered me to the nearest coffee shop. After ordering some drinks, he sat down opposite me. So tell all, he said, leaning forward. I'm all ears. It's a bit of a long story, really. I've got time, Jack said, sitting back and taking in my flushed cheeks and bright smile. Well, to cut a long story short, Charlie's new boyfriend Mitchell is the son of James. I paused to allow him time to take in the information. We met again at the dance competition over the weekend and spent quite a lot of time talking, I said, taking a sip of my coffee. And are you back together then? He asked. We're being friends first, as it's a big step for me to take after all that happened. Oh, Steph, don't be a fucking idiot and let him go again. Just go for it, that's what I always do, Jack said. Part of me just wants to fall back into his arms, but it's not that easy to just pick up where we left off. 20-odd years ago, I sighed. We were both silent for a moment and drank our coffee. But I haven't seen you this happy in a long time. How about doing what's right for you, Jack said. I guess, I replied. I've got a fortnight before I see him again, as he's coming to Rock on the River. Shit, but what about your blind date with the mystery man? Jack asked. Well, I don't think I can back out of that now, but at least I have someone in reserve. You could always have a threesome, he laughed. Checking my watch, I realised that an hour had passed and I was needed to get home. Well, I'd better get going now, I said, standing up. Thanks for your input. You know me, always happy to help. I'm like a regular agony aunt, he said, pulling me in for a hug. See you soon, Jack, I said. Will do. And if you ever decide you don't want James, and if he's as gorgeous now as he was back then, I'll have him. Yes, Jack, he's still gorgeous, I admitted. A picture of him sprung into my mind and made me blush again at the kisses we had shared since our reunion. Arriving home just before 5, I heard music and laughter coming from upstairs. Charlotte, I'm home. OK, Mum, Julia's here, we're just hanging out. I'll do some pizza and chips then. I turned the radio on to catch the end of Ian's show. Then, sitting in the conservatory, I thought about James again. I wondered what he was doing this evening. Upstairs, Charlie and Julia were lying together on the bed. So what did the two of you do when you weren't dancing? She asked. A blush spread over Charlie's pale skin, and she hesitated, trying to decide what to tell her best friend. Well, I'm not a virgin anymore, Charlie replied, her mind starting to replay the first time and then the rest in succession. Is he as good in the bedroom as he is on the dance floor? Better, she replied smugly. Mitchell is the perfect man for me. I'm looking forward to seeing Simon again next weekend. I really like him and I think he likes me, Julia said, rolling over onto her back and staring at the ceiling. We've also got the chance to audition for Arlene Phillips for a part in Dirty Dancing, the stage production next year. She's going to contact us and let us know the dates, Charlie said, beaming at the thought. Oh my God, that's fabulous news, Julia exclaimed. You two would make the absolute best, Baby and Johnny. Her text beeped and she grabbed her phone and saw it was Mitch. Hi babe, what are you doing right now? Hi Mitch, just hanging with Julia and talking about you. Are your ears burning? Something is burning, but it's not my ears. Ah, wish I was there to cool you down, honey. If you were here, you would only be making me feel hotter. I'll talk to you later when Julia has gone. How about 8? 8'll be fine. Shall we Skype and see each other too? Yeah, speak later. Love you, Mitchell. Love you, Charlie. As the last text disappeared, Charlie heard her mum calling them down for tea. After tea, Julia went home and Charlie back to her room, which was great as I needed some privacy for my phone call with James. Taking a large glass of wine with me to the lounge, I turned on the music system and put Rick on as some background music. His cheerful pop songs started to put me in a good mood as the phone rang. Just hearing his voice started butterflies off in my stomach. How was your day? Oh great, thanks to the news about Rick Astley headlining Rock on the River. Christ, now I will have to compete with a pop star for your affections next time I see you, he laughed. Who knows, I replied and joined in the laughter. It was amazing that we seemed to fall into conversation so easily despite the time we had been apart. Mitchell has been moping round here like a wet weekend, James said. So has Charlie, although Julia called over, so that helped a bit. I'll have a chat with Darren at some point. I didn't manage it yesterday as he came home with his own exciting news. Oh, do tell, I replied, settling back into the cushions on the sofa and taking a sip of wine. Oh, he and his girlfriend got offered jobs at the BBC and they're moving to Manchester. James filled me in about his eldest son, and although I knew he was the reason for our split, I couldn't blame him. The person I blamed was the bitch that came between us, the bitch who split us up and called the shots. I hated her with a passion, and she still made me angry now. After some more wine, I mellowed and enjoyed the rest of our conversation. An hour had passed in a blink of an eye, and we called it a night. So I guess I'd better go now, he said. Yeah, but we could talk some more tomorrow night if you like. I can call you. Unfortunately, I'm on nights for the next couple of days, but you can always text me and I'll try and answer when I can. Oh, okay then. What about Friday night? Great, that's a date, he said. Well, sort of. We both laughed a little more as each of us tried to decide who would say goodbye first. So, goodbye then, he said. Bye, James. I've enjoyed talking to you. Me too. It's almost like old times, he murmured. I still love you. His voice trailed off as I paused, not sure if I was ready for the love word yet. Take care, I replied. Finishing my wine, I lay back and closed my eyes. My heart and body were telling me that I had to go back. My mind was still trying to put the brakes on and remind me of how it all ended last time. So, that's the end of that chapter, and we get ever nearer to the end. Hope you're still enjoying it. If you are, please feel free to pop a like or even subscribe to my YouTube channel. And feel free to share the video. If you do really want to read the last 10 chapters before I get round to it in the next few weeks, then my book is available for download on Amazon. It's only 99p or 99 cents for the first book in the trilogy, so it's not going to break your bank. And you can also buy a paperback copy from Amazon, or if you'd like a signed one, then please get in touch. My website is www.audrinalane.co.uk. Always happy to answer an email, and of course follow me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, and get in touch if you're enjoying this. I'd love to hear your comments. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.